Okay, let's suppose we have a list of names in which we have Carlos, Augusto, sorry, Manuel, Antonio, Manuel again, and Carlos again. And then we have, let's say, I don't know, income, whatever, right? 3,000, 2,500, 2,000, 500, 100, 500, and 1,000. And then we're going to try to uh, value to look. Now, let's say we want to know the name and the income from the person we're typing name, right? Carlos. So for this purpose, we normally use VLOOKUP. Let's say VLOOKUP, it's trying to get the name we're looking for. And then we normally have an array. And then we choose the number of the column in which we get the result, right? So in this case, it's column 2, and then 0 or false for exact match. Um, what it will do is it will stop on the first match it finds. Let's suppose I got Marvel instead. It will stop in the 35,000. Uh, now, XP lookup, on the other hand, and to fix some kind of things regarding the VLOOKUP function. X lookup, once again, it will request for the value to be searched, and then the look array, then the return array, and then it will give you other options. If not found, you can type a message, and then accept match, smaller, greater, or wild, and then it gives you another option to start from the beginning or from the end. Let's say from the beginning, it will stop in just like the previous example in the first match found. Right, if you type -1, it will start from the bottom to the start, and actually it will start with the first match again. But what about if I want to capture both values from Manuel or the three values from Carlos? There's no option to do that in Excel itself. So in here is where we want to create a custom function. And to do so, we're going to go to uh, right click on over the tab, and then we click view code. We're going to enter into a VV or Visual Basic application environment. We click over insert module, and then we're going to create a public function. We're going to call it B, super B. And then the variables for our custom function will be the value to be looked for, value. Let's call it search value as variant and a call as range. A call will be the column in which we're going to look our value, right? And then B call as range will be the second or third or whatever column in which we want to extract the data from, right? And then we're going to have another, in which case we're going to call it in option as integer. What will be option? Option will be Uh, let's type some comments here. To add comments, you just enter that symbol. Option one, let's say the user enters one, will be for portal. Um, let's just put the options. Two will be for minimum. Three will be for maximum. Four will be for count. Five will be for average. Six will be to concatenate. Okay, now we need to know the end value. The end value will be, I mean, the length of the array, how many columns or how many rows, sorry, how many rows it has. Um, okay, the end value will be, or the size of the range. A whole that rows that count. But it will give it how many rows the range has, right? So um, then we're going to use a select case option and case, right? Sorry, and select. Blue of the words are because they are reserved words, so you can name a variable using those reserved words. Okay, case one. In case one, we're going to use for I equals to 1, 2, and V, which is the next I. If the search value is equals to whatever the A column that tells I has, then pay attention to this. If I open an if, I need to close it with an end if. If I open a for, I need to close it with an next. If I open a select case, I need to close it with an end select. So if the value is within the A column range, it will go from one to the n. And if you found something, well, then let's name different variables here. Totals equals 0, min equals to, um, let's call it a million. Max will be minus a million. Then counter will be 0. Min let's will be 0. And 16 will be nothing. Those are going to be my variables to be used. Remember that we're going to use six, yeah, 6 cases. So if the search value is equals to one of the registers, register in a column range, then total will be whatever total had plus b call that cells I, right? And to finish the case, we're gonna remember that our variable, our function, it's named super v. Then super v will be equals to whatever totals has. Now this is just case one. I'm gonna try to order spaces. Okay, this is all case one. Uh, Sorry. Yeah, yeah, okay. This is to be, organized regarding the structure. Now we're going to create a case two. In case two, we're going to try to copy the same thing. But case two, we said was going to be the mean, right? So for the mean, if the set value is within a column, so then we need another mean, another if. If mean, remember the mean, it's equal at the beginning as 1 million. If mean is greater than what it's found in equals, then mean will be equals cells I. What it will do, it will try to see if the value, whatever the mean value is, in this case it's 1 million, it's greater than a value found in the range P call from 1 to the n, right? One by one, uh, then you will replace it. Only if it's less than what the mean has as a value. Now, I mean, we're going to do the same thing for max, but in the opposite direction. Why in the opposite direction? Now it's page 3. Max, I'm going to change easily. The variable orders, max. At the beginning, max will have minus a million. So if it found something greater, it will replace the minus million to that new value. And then if it found something even greater, it will replace it again, and so on. Now we got two cases, right? Now we're going to count. Case 4. Okay, for case 4, what we're going to say is counter. Counter. Counter, we're only counter equals to counter plus 1. It will tell you how many times the search value was found on a call range, right? And in here, counter. Then we got 4 cases. The fifth, it's a combination of the count plus the total. Okay, take into consideration that. The fifth, it's a combination of the total and the counter, and you will see why. Then total divided by counter. See, that was the combination. Now regarding the case 6. Case 6. Um, case 6, it's just, well, it will just concatenate whatever is in B into a variable, right? Sorry. Okay. And the variable was texting. Let's not forget the variables the way we wrote them. Now we're going to attach the text just like that. And then I'm going to say texting. That's it. Let's try the function. Super V for super Vlookup. We get the search value. Then we get the first range, second range, and the option. In this case, will be for the total, right? See that the total is 6,700, which is one, two, and three. Find it. See, it's just the same value. This is total. Let's try to do the same thing, but in this case, we're going to capture the mean. Remember our function for the mean function was what was the second, right? The mean. See, this is the mean for Carlos. Now let's say if it worked for the max, the max is number three. Yes. Now let's see counter. How many? See, this is a super VLOOKUP. It doesn't stop. It's number four, right? Yep, three times. One, two, three. If we change to Marvel, sorry, Marvel is just one L. It's two. Why? Because there are two instances or two matches. Let's say two Marvels. I'm gonna try to do equals this, so we can only change one word. Antonio. Antonio, the total, the mean, the max, the counter, because it's only one Antonio. Uh, the other was average, right? Let's see if average works. Okay, average was number five, right? Okay, but now we're gonna try to use Carlos. Carlos, that's the average, pretty much. One, two, three. So is divided by three. Yeah, exactly. And last, not least, it's the function with um, concatenate. Let's test it out. It's option six. See, the three values are concatenated. Basically, take a look at this. There is a comma in the at the beginning. Now, if I do this, um, len minus one, and then I said left of all this. Sorry, what happened here? Sorry. Let's get back. And now I was going to try to remove the comma, but I mean we can do it in a combination with the land and the left. We'll try to do it separately, not to get confused. Left, and this we're gonna try to combine. Land, same one, right? Minus one. Oh yeah, sorry. Not it's not gonna be land. It will be right in this case. Yeah, just like that. So we're going to try to do the same thing in the function. So the function will return without the first comma. See, to do so, we're gonna do this. Let's go in here, texting right, len, texting, minus one. See, that was fixed. So, and this is the super VLOOKUP function, let's say, with different, with more than one match. As in this example, I have a three match of Carlos. That's the search value, and then so the return values in the second range will have whatever the options I enter. The total, the mean, the max, counter, or how many, the average, and concatenate them all. at once. And it doesn't matter if I enter a space here. If I enter a space here with just with a simple VLOOKUP, it lose the position of it unless I use a combination of match or index. So that's the difference between standard VLOOKUP, an improved XLOOKUP, and a better improved VLOOKUP with different matches, with too many matches or many other matches. I hope you like the video and BBA, it's awesome.